So just like I said, I'm Madam Shelley Boafo of NCV Ghana. And today it's lovely to have all of you join. We've got about 120 people joined. So fortunately, we pray that almost everybody can join. If not, those who are not able to join, we will still share the Zoom link, the Zoom recordings with you. So just before we go on, I would like to welcome, is Michael on? If Michael is on, Michael would like to share a little bit about NCV Ghana, and then I'll take it forward. Thank you very much. I think Michael has already shared the program in the chat. So please have a look at the program. Thank you so much. Once again, you're all welcome. So Michael, the floor is yours. Thank you. Michael, can you mute yourself, please? Sorry, unmute yourself. Yeah, go on.
Okay, hello everyone. So as Madam Shelley rightly said, I am Michael Aqua, and then I'm the operations officer for NCVO Ghana. So just a brief overview of NCVO Ghana. NCVO Ghana is a nonprofit registered in Ghana, based in Tesano, a suburb of the Greater Accra region. Our main focus is to strengthen the sector. We're looking at providing some form of skill set, some form of expertise for nonprofits, so that nonprofits can thrive and thrive effectively. Doing this also, we provide an avenue or a community to allow nonprofits, collaborate with each other, partner with each other towards their project, implementation. A typical example of something we did was the second edition of the African Nonprofit Summit, which I believe some of you were present. This was the second edition of this event, and it was a successful one, convening about 243 nonprofit leaders across the country. The main focus was on innovation, and it was a build-up on what we had last year. So if you know anyone who wants to register their nonprofit, if you know anyone who needs some form of skill sets, you can just contact NCVO Ghana, and we'll be at your service. And we also have a community of, nonprofit leaders that, the link will also be shared in the chat so that we can join and also be part of this. So thank you to us all for joining in. And that's about it. Thank you very much, Madam Shelley. You can continue from here.
Okay, great. I think we are still in time. So what I would like to do is I would like to invite two brave people to just tell us about themselves, their name, the organization, and what they want to achieve at today's seminar. So two brave people, let me just choose. I can see that, okay, there's a lovely guy here. His name is Marvelous. Marvelous, so if you can hear me, can you please unmute yourself and tell us about yourself, your name, your organization, and what you intend to achieve at today's webinar. Please, if you can hear me, unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself. But in the meantime, those of you online, so you can just put your name, your address, your email address, your organization, your contact number in the chat as well. Okay, it looks like Marvelous is so muted. So Elliot Mensah, if you'd like to unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself. Thank you very much, Elliot.
Thank you, Madam Shelley. My name is Elliot Mensah, so I'm the executive coordinator for the Resource Foundation. We are based in the Western North region. We do more in sustainable land management and climate action programs. And today's section, we are looking at what we are doing a lot of work at our base. We are based in one of the orphan regions, and then we want our voice to be heard. So because of that, we see this training as an opportunity for us to learn more about how we can handle our social media issues and make sure that our voice counts in the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Elliot. And Matthew, if you're not going to be brave, I'm going to mention your names. Matthew. Yes,
Hi.
Matthew. Hi, Matthew.
Hi, yeah, this is Matthew. I am the founder of Revi Foundation Global in Ghana. So we are dedicated to discovering and supporting talented people from underprivileged backgrounds. And I see this webinar as a platform for me to learn certain social media strategies in order for our impact to reach more audience. And so it's a very great privilege to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So my lovely lady, Irama, if you'd like to unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us.
Hi,
Yes.
good morning.
Good morning.
So, Mirama Benin with the Central Leadership Program. And our hope is that at the end of the program or at the end of the session, we would have had some interesting tips and tricks to improve our social media outreach. Shirley, it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too, my dear. It's good to see you. Thank you so much. So I think we've had 2 men and 1 woman. So one last person, Angelina. Angelina, if you can hear me, can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us?
Hi, everyone. Good
Hi.
morning. Angelina Nita Manobel. I run the Builders Foundation. Our focus is on empowering rural youths. We are based in Central Region, but most of our programs are across the country. It's good to be here and nice meeting you all too.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much. Okay, one last person, because we're still within time. Rejoice. Rejoice.
Hello, good morning,
Hello.
everyone. I'm Rejoice from One Hive, Ghana, and we are based in Sunyani, Tunisia. And today I'm here to learn how we can be able to become visible online and then enlarge our community as a whole. Thank you very much for this opportunity as well.
Thank you so much. I said one last place, but I'll give the last chance to a woman, because I'm a woman. Priscilla Pia.
Hi,
Yes,
good
thank you.
morning.
Good morning.
My name is Priscilla. I work with Women's Trust. We are based in Popoase. What we normally do is that we champion women, girls. We take them from basic through to university, depending on their performance. We've done that for the past 20 years. It's been very impactful. So today we want to use this platform to enhance how we are going to leverage our social media and then our impact. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. I like to do things on time. So we've shared all that. Our facilitator is going to start exactly at 10:10, because I know he has so much to share. So I won't waste too much of your time. And normally when I'm introducing a facilitator, I just don't like to introduce. I just want them to introduce themselves, because I mean, who can introduce you more than yourself, right? So just a little bit about Alex. Alex is those of you who were at the summit, he was one of our facilitators, and he has so much to share. And also all of us, we are aware of the importance of social media. So we decided to have this webinar so that lots of people can join. At the moment, we've got people joining from UK, from Nigeria, from Sierra Leone. That's what we want to do, because doing this online, lots of people can join. So without wasting time, I would like to call upon Alex to introduce himself and also to take over the session. I mean, he's got about 1.5 hours. So Alex, whatever you want to do with your time, the floor is yours now. Thank you so much for coming on board this morning. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We
Okay,
can hear
right.
you loud and clear, and we can see you as well.
Okay, good. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm always happy to share whatever experiences and knowledge I've gained in the digital space, and I'm glad to be here today as well. My name is Alex Ofelate. I currently work with AT Ghana. as head of digital marketing and product innovation. I also do digital marketing trainings for different organizations and even for individuals. So basically, that's it about me. I have an academic background in computer science, mathematics, and IT solutions. I also do marketing communication. So it is with these two backgrounds that I am able to share knowledge in this space. Today, we're going to talk about digital skills and then social media strategies. Everyone needs digital skills, everyone. From the marketing person to the CEO or the communications specialist in your company or in your organization, every single person needs this because there is something they can do in that space that will help your organization to thrive. So we are going to discuss channels. We are going to discuss, okay, when I go into the slides, we would see from the content what we are going to discuss. Can I share my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay, kindly let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can. I can. Who else? If you can see your screen, just, type something so that we can know, because I can see.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, good. So, right. So digital skills and social media strategies. Basically, so I've spoken about myself already. I didn't talk about the hobbies. I like photography. I do a bit of acting and modeling and volunteering as well. Yes. Today, a lot of businesses, when they want to partner with you or when they want to do business with you, or even donors when they want to have anything to do with any organization, the first place that they prefer to check up on you is online and your website particularly. And for that reason, you can't really forgo some of these things. And it's something that I think brands or businesses, I want to move away from the business side. Let me talk about non-profits. Good. So it's something that non-profits cannot do without. Okay, so it's something you really have to be deliberate about. And trainings like this is one of the things or some of the things that you do that deliberately makes you take steps towards positioning yourself online and making that effective. I've already mentioned that everyone needs digital skills, and there's this quote that I love most. It says that being digitally literate is as crucial a skill as any degree that you may have. Most of the time, when people study something else apart from digital or technology, they tend to stick to just that particular thing. And in today's world, doing that is actually not the best. And it's something that if you move away from, it will help. So that's part of the reasons why we are undertaking these digital skills. We are going to learn a few things in the space. So first of all, we talk about the digital landscape, why digital really matters, and then the basic digital journey for any organization. You could be a business, you could be a non-profit, you could be a school, even an individual, what the journey is for you. We are going to talk about key digital channels. So these are channels that come together to really strengthen your online presence. And we are going to go through all those. We also talk about practical content executions, how to create content, what even has to be on your posters, your flyers, how to create your videos, and some AI tools that you can use. We're also going to talk about performance, because for every strategy, you need to measure, you need to see how it's performing. So that would also come in. And then we would share some practical illustrations on how to craft your digital campaigns and your digital strategy for your organization. So basically, these are the things we will be touching on, and we'll be doing this over 2 days, today and then next week, 2 hours each. Typically, these trainings takes more than 6 weeks, but I've tried to put everything together so we can at least get a firm grip on it within these 2 days. Then the rest will be for you to read around it and then learn more around it. So overview of the global digital landscape. I love to share this slide, particularly because what we are doing is not only limited to Ghana. Our stakeholders or the audiences that we expect to reach are not only in Ghana or only in our regions. And it is just to show you that you have more than 5 billion people online who can have access to you if you are online. If you are not online, you lose out on these 5 billion people. And what can these 5 billion people do for you in terms of fundraising? If your message reaches them and is able to convince them, they can help you raise funds. And that is something we have to take a critical look at. It's something that we should see as a goal, that at the end of the day, I am gradually reaching out to new people who can help impact the things that I am doing, who can help me to reach my goals as an NGO or as an organization. When you look at this side, the far left, you also see that there is growth in the internet usage. For every year, you see about 2.2% growth. So it's not only going to be 5 billion people online, but gradually we would have 6 billion, 7 billion. And actually the ITU, that is the International Telecoms Union, is working around having everybody to have access to internet. So that's a good thing for us. We can reach the audiences that we envisage. Now, when we drill down to Ghana, we are looking at 34 million people who are online, and we have devices, about 38 million devices that are connected to the internet. So it means some people have more than, and then in terms of the people who access the internet, these are 24 million. So out of the 34 million population, there are about 24 million of them who access the internet. And this is even good for us, because if you can have just about 100,000 of these 24 million people reaching out to you to support your cause or your project, or you are able to impact these 100,000 people through online, then it's a very good space for you. Now, why and where digital matters? You would notice that everything that has been created around technology or around the digital space hinges on tech. So, for example, social media, it's one of the biggest digital spaces, and social media cannot run without having a device, a smartphone, which is a technology. You can't run that without the internet, which is another technology. So it all comes down to 3 key areas that help to impact our lives, our organizations, and our businesses. And these are speed, accuracy, and convenience. Now, if I should just describe what speed is, think of the days when there were no internet or any of these technologies, smartphones, laptops, and all that. If you want to carry a message from your organization to another organization, It may take you almost 2 months to carry that information there and get a response. But today, with the help of technology, just WhatsApp can help you send that message to the organization and you would get a feedback, or send an email and you will get a feedback. So that is where speed comes in. I remember back in the day, if you have your siblings, your aunties, or any relative living abroad, and you want to even share a simple message with them, you would probably have to speak to somebody who is traveling abroad, and that person will carry the message to them. Or you would do what we did back in the day, cassettes, and record your voice on it. You will give it to somebody to send it, or DHL to send it before they would hear. And this actually would take so much time before you would get your information across. But today, through just a simple phone call, you're able to even do video calls. You're able to just text on the go. So this is where the speed comes in. And if we don't step in, if we don't take advantage of this, we will lose out on the speed and we won't be able to match up in the industry where we are operating. Now with accuracy, today you are able to really get your information on point. You draft any message and Microsoft Word can even correct errors and on it for you. You have AI today that helps you to even plan all your itineraries and your executions. So all these are things that technology has come to help us to do and do well. And that's why we are preaching going digital and learning or introducing digital in the things that you do. Now with the convenience, it's so convenient when you have to even sell something instead of moving from one person to another, or selling necessarily would not mean you giving something at a cost, at a fee, but probably delivering a message, letting somebody take an action. I remember when COVID came, we all had this campaign about washing of hands and using nose masks and all that. For you to get that message to all the 24 million or 34 million Ghanaians, I don't think only moving from one person to another or only the traditional media could do that. But with the help of social media, with the help of the internet, this message just cut across and everybody got the message that this is what you need to do to prevent this or that. So it's so convenient using these digital tools, and I would always recommend that we stick to them and we always use them. Now, there are other things that you can also do with digital skills or within the online space. And one is research. Research in the sense that today you can easily just put up a poll. If you are on a WhatsApp group of about 100 or 200 people and you need to make a decision, it's just about putting up a poll and you can know what to do from there. So this is just one simple one. On Instagram, you can also put up a poll just for people to let you know what they feel about your brand or your organization, what they even want you to do to help the community. You can quickly just put up a poll there. So that is for research. Again, for communication, and that is the primary thing I indicated earlier. Then for brand building, today the traditional media is not enough to build a strong brand. And I know brands on social media that are even stronger. You will not see them doing radio adverts, you will not see them doing TV adverts, but they are still very strong. And when you mention the industry, they will come to mind. I'm stressing on brand because I realize that nonprofits have not seen themselves as brands. They see themselves as institutions that only undertake interventions to help the communities in which we live in. And that alone, will not really cut for these institutions. You need to position yourself. You need to lift what you do. You need to project what you do to the audience, to the world, right? And when you do that, you can impact more lives. You can have access to funding. You can actually reach out to more partners who are even willing, who would be willing to assist in the things that you do. So making it deliberate to build a strong brand, it's a really good thing. And that's why we are having this session. The fourth one is audience engagement. And again, on social media, you can easily engage your audience. We will talk more about that as we move on. Stakeholder engagement. So stakeholders, it could be your board of directors, it could be your employees, it could be your donors or partners who actually help to enhance the things that you do. They are all stakeholders, and you can use the digital space to really engage them so that they don't lose track of you. Because what brands do, and one of their key objectives, is to make sure that their target audience have them on top of their mind. So there's something called TOMA, that is top of mind awareness. If we are talking about if you're talking about organizations who are into gender-based violence, or organizations who are into, as somebody mentioned, something about sustainability or something. When somebody is searching for you, your organization need to come out. It really needs to come out, because that's where we would know that yes, you have built a strong brand, you have optimized your brand well. So when people are looking for you in those spaces, your name is going to pop up. So we will discuss more about that. That is search engine optimization aside your brand building. And then last but not the least, for fundraising. I don't know if we've heard about crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is one of the things that non-profits can use the avenues that non-profit can use to raise funds. And even to get the funds, to be able to raise funds and raise enough funds, you need a strong brand. I have realized that when influencers push for certain agenda, they are able to get more attention and they're able to get more donations than when regular people do. The influencers have built a brand, and that brand is loved. And that is why they are able to drive that level of attention. So if we will be deliberate to also build a strong brand, it can help us to really raise funds. All right. Now I'm moving on to the journey that you need to undertake in the digital space. So we are not even talking about any special or any technical execution. This is your regular, I suppose everybody here has a social media page. So the regular activities that you undertake in that space, I have put them into 5 key areas. And these are channels, content format, content circulation, that is content push, monitoring, and then results. Now, what are channels? Channels come first because channels are what you would put yourself on. Without a channel, nobody would even see you. So you first need to research into channels that can help you to project the things that you want the world to see. Secondly, you need to look at your content and the formats that can really help carry your message across. So for example, if you are dealing with people living with disability, you would really need to consider your content formats. If they are visually impaired, you would make sure your videos will have your videos will have audio sound bites that describe what is in the video. And if they are deaf, you should make sure that your videos have subtitles and then written messages that they can know what you are talking about. So all these are different content formats that you will choose based on who your target audience are. right? Then we talk about content push, and it's basically circulating your content. I see a lot of brands, what they do is they get the content, they post on their social media channels, and then that is all. But there are a whole lot of ways you can share your content. You don't necessarily need to stick to just one channel. You look at channels that can help you. So you can circulate your content on different channels. You can also get other people to circulate your content. For example, if you have influencers, if you have some friends, if you have employees who you can engage for them to help circulate your content, that really helps. So you should deliberately have a strategy to circulate your content, not just post and post and post. And this is what is being said to you about. Then we come to monitoring. Monitoring is one thing that a lot of us don't do, because when we post, we just leave it. That is it. We don't check what's happening to it, whether the post is gaining more engagement, whether the message, we may not always get it right. But if we don't monitor, we won't know where we are getting wrong, so we can correct them. But if you're able to monitor, you find a way to correct all the errors that are coming up, so that over time you would be able to get it right from the first point. So that is monitoring. Then we come to results. That is the fifth one. Result basically means to set the right KPIs for the objectives that you want to achieve. So if, for example, you want to reach out to donors across the world, you have to be mindful of who is following you and where the person is following you from. If you can target an area, let's say Europe, where you think a lot of your donors are, or if you can target where your target audience, I mean, for example, if you are trying to target people who are physically disabled, you should be able to know whether these people are following your page or not. That's what I'm trying to explain. So when you have those targets, you set your KPIs that I will need A, B, C, D kind of people to be following me. And as you get your followers, you have to go through them to see if they are the kind of people that are following you. So that is a KPI that can help you to achieve your result. Again, you can also have an objective to say you want 100,000 followers in 1 year. So month on month or week on week, you need to be able to be checking. Am I getting the followers? How many followers would I need to get every week to reach 100,000? And if you are getting those followers every week, that means you are on the right path to achieving that 100,000 followership. So in a nutshell, we have 5 key execution areas in the digital journey. And this comes in some form of a cycle, because today you would have one channel, tomorrow you will have to research into new channels. The following time you have to research into other channels that can help you. And the channels don't get cut. There are always new channels coming up. When Facebook started, we were all about Facebook, and then Instagram came, and then WhatsApp came, and then we heard of Snapchat, and today we are hearing of TikTok. So there would always be channels, and you would always go back into this cyclical way of executing the digital journey. You look at channels, you look at your content and the format, you look at the circulation, you look at monitoring, you look at results. Then you go back, you look at content. So this is something you should be checking every single time to see whether you are on point. And if you're able to execute this well, you are sure to achieve your goals on the in the digital space. Good. Now there are some key channels that you don't need to do away with, and I've grouped them into 3. One is something that helps you to pull people to you. Two is one that helps you to both pull people to you and then push content to them. Then the last one is one that helps you to push content to the audience. And I've grouped them into these three key categories because the website, social media, newsletters, they don't fall under the same category. They have different dynamics or attributes. And if you understand these attributes, you can maximize where their strengths are so that you would get the best out of them. I've met people who will say, oh, I have a website, I don't need social media. That is wrong. I've met people who say, I have social media channels, I don't need a website. That is also wrong. And if you have these two, that is okay. But if you're able to add on newsletters or email marketing or the other group of channels, SMSs, webinars, emails, and then dramatic advertising, if you're able to add on those ones, and those are the ones that helps to push your content to the audience, and you mix all these three, that will be a very strong front for you to really achieve your digital goals. So I will go into each of them, the advantages, the benefits, and then how you can actually deploy these channels. First is your website. Now, your website, it may be a website, it may be a mobile app, it may be a landing page, but these are basically things that you own, channels that you own, you deploy or you develop by yourself, right? And when you have that, it comes with its own benefits, which we will go through them. First of all, to get your website done, you first need to have your website address. So the website address is a unique name that is associated to you, your brand, your organization, your business, or whatever activity that you are putting out there. It could be a single area of let's say intervention that you are working on, or it could be the name of your organization. So there are companies who have specific projects that come with their own websites. So that is also there. You don't need to always you don't need to always have one website. If you have the resources and you have your analysis done and you know that having a dedicated website for a particular project is what is going to make the project successful, then you can go in for another website. So you register your domain name, and that is what people will use to find you online. So it's your regular, let's say www.alex.com. That is what is going to help people to reach me if they want to do business with me or if they want to partner with me for anything. Then you acquire a hosting. Most of the time, the website that you use to register your domain name, you can get your hosting there as well. Hosting is more of a small space that is allocated to you to be able to upload your website where people can just find them. It's a little technical, but the other time I was trying to explain that you need to understand these things so that if you are engaging somebody to develop your website for you, you know exactly what the person is doing. Because if you don't know what he's doing, first of all, you may not even get the right person to work for you. And secondly, even if you have the right person, they may do something that you may not like. So let's also understand it. So then we would know exactly what we are looking for. So the step 3 is where you will develop your website. So that is where the coding comes in and all that. Today there are platforms that you don't even require a lot of coding to even develop your website. GoDaddy is one of such platforms. There is WordPress, is also one of such platforms where you can easily just put something together and then you publish. There is Wix as another platform. But like I said, you may not have to be the one to develop the website. After developing the website and you have hosted it on the hosting server or the hosting service, you now have to test So you take a week to test. You test all the functions. There are times that you even have to engage people from across the world to search and see if they can find you, because there are some hosting services that have their servers limited to some areas. So if you have your target audience in Belgium and somebody from Belgium cannot access your website, then you will be losing out on those audiences. So that's why you test and you get different people to try and search for you. Right after that, you are good to go. You just go live with it. Now, what are the benefits of owning your own website that belongs to your organization? Number one, it's for credibility. When you have a website, you look more professional and credible than an organization that doesn't have a website. And it applies to email addresses as well. For example, if we both met a potential donor or a partner, and we all give our call cards, and on my call card, I have alex@gmail.com, and on your call card, you have your organization, let's say MVCO, MVOC. Am I getting it right?
NCVO.
Okay.
CVO. Yeah.
Right. And your call card has info@ncvo or shelley@ncvo.com.org, or .org.gh or .org. That email address carries a lot of weight. It makes your organization look more credible and more professional than me that just has alex@gmail.com or alex@yahoo.com. So your website and your corporate emails, you don't have to take them for granted. Whatever it will take for you to at least have something. You can have a basic website that may not cost you much. Then as you grow, you enhance it. But whatever it takes, try and own a website for your organization and have these corporate emails. Because if you are even sending proposals to these big organizations, I work in a telecom, we receive a lot of proposals from NGOs for partnerships. And one of the things that we use to actually separate the proposal or sort the proposals are your website and your email address. If your proposal comes through a Gmail, a Yahoo mail, we don't even look at it. And then when we receive your proposal, we go to check if we can find you online. If we don't find you online, we drop that proposal also. So, and this happens at a lot of other places. And you really need to take it serious because it's part of the things that builds your online credibility. Second is immediacy. Immediacy in the sense that you are able to maneuver your way around your website quickly. If you need to change anything, it's you that deployed it. So you can easily do it in real time, right? A typical example, if you are having a partner joining you for a project, you can quickly rework your website interface to have a co-branding with the partner. But if you are only on Facebook, it will be difficult to co-brand the Facebook interface, right? So I guess you get the difference that I'm trying to call out. So that level of immediacy helps you to quickly do whatever you need to do with your website without having any issues. The third one is convenience. We all know how sometimes we want to have a certain way of interacting with our audiences or engage our donors. And if you are not in control of the platform, you may not be able to do that well. There are times where you have events with organizations and you want these events to be published in a particular way on your channel. If Facebook doesn't allow for that format, you can't do it. But on your website, for whatever format that it is, you can reprogram the website to accept that format. So you can publish your content. The fourth is identity. The website really helps you to be recognizable because of your brand cues, your colors, your look and feel, and the kind of publications that you do. Because Facebook has a specific design, it's the same design and structure for everybody. But when you pick your website, you can really create a dedicated or a specific, a customized design for your interface and any other thing that you want to do. And that makes you easily recognizable online. Fifth one is websites are in the media space, what they call owned media. It is yours. You are able to create a whole news page out of your website. So if you have a website with a news page, that's where you can publish your press releases, your articles, your blogs, and everything. And anybody that searches for you through that can easily find you and then get in touch with you. Now, if you have a press release and you don't have a website, you probably may want to take it to a Ghana Web or a TV3 or any of these media channel on your website. You're able to publish every single thing that you are writing about your organization, and that is owned media. The last but not the least is your website is customizable. Tomorrow, if your color changes from blue to red, you can rework your website easily to be red. If it changes to your brand colors change to green, you can easily recustomize your website to that color or any other flow or structure that you would want to adopt in your website. That is the benefits for owning your own website. And I think these are not all. I've just listed 6. There are a lot more, but these are key to what we are talking about. And I'm comparing this to your regular social media. So we would when we get there, we will talk about the benefits of social media as well, compared with websites. Now, how do you plan your website design and the layout? Websites have specific structure that they follow. People do different things based on what they want to achieve. But what I'm going to talk about, it's standard. If it fits what you want to achieve, that is okay. If it doesn't fit, you don't need to box yourself into that, right? So we will start with the home page. Now, on website homepage, there are some information that are critical that needs to be there. And this is based on research, because when people come to your website, 60% of the times, if you don't find what they are looking for on the homepage, they will leave to another website. It's just a few times that they will go to another page to go and look if they would find it there. So we make sure you have all those critical information that a client or a donor or a partner or anybody looking for you or looking for an information from you would find. First of all, you need to treat your banners as billboards. That makes your creatives or your artworks very stunning. That is one thing that gets people to stick on websites. When they come to the page and it's all text or it's so raw or it doesn't have exciting graphics, people easily fall off. So you need to have a nicely looking banner, like a typical billboard. Billboards are created to catch people's attention, that they should be able to capture the message on the billboard in a matter of seconds. So if you're able to have that same attributes on your website, it helps for people to stay, because when the message is clear and it's what they are looking for. They stay on, they browse more, and they find out more about you. Now, second is you create catchy elevator pages on the homepage. So when you come to the homepage, the messages are not supposed to be a one-page document. You have very simple to stay. That is the whole essence, a way of getting somebody to stick to you, to listen to what you have to say. So your first few statements, very bold and clear on the website, helps the people to really stay on and then want to read more about you. So that is for the elevator page. Then you reduce wordy content on the homepage. I've seen websites that have lengthy, wordy content. It just makes the page boring. So that's something you have to look at as well. Now, on your website, visitors must know what to do and how to contact you from the homepage. So if you're an organization that is giving, let's say, who is giving free education to people, to needy students, it has to be clear that this is what my organization does. And if you are a beneficiary, you need to do ABCD, right? So it needs the message needs to be clear, and the visitor needs to know what they should do right from the homepage. They don't always need to go to About Us or go to the project pages or the contact us pages to be able to take an action. Okay, the next is always have a call to action that leads to your goal. So if you have a website and your organization is into, like I mentioned, you support brilliant but needy students, the call to action there is either to let people to apply to be part of the beneficiaries, or if you don't, if you need donors or if you need funding, you are asking people to donate to that project, or any other call to action that you expect people to do. It needs to be clear. There are websites for NGOs or nonprofits that don't have any donate button there. They don't have any bank accounts there. They don't have, it's not as if you are asking people to just give you money. You are undertaking some interventions, and you can't do it alone because you are not making profit. You are not making any money. So it is a society that will help you. And for that reason, you don't need to shy away from it. You should have a donate button there. They click, they put in their mobile money numbers, it sends them an OTP, they confirm money is sent to you. If it's bank account, you do same, they put their bank account and all that, and they send the money to you. So that call to action needs to be clear, right? And it actually should lead to the end goal. Now we talk about the landing pages. So landing page for a website is basically every other page apart from the home page. And we call them landing pages just so we can differentiate between the home page and the other pages. It's not as if they look too different, because today they don't look very different. Why they don't look different is people try to treat every page as its own dedicated page that gives accurate information about their project. So again, you would still need a banner that is catchy, that is talking about the specific project or product that you are undertaking. You still need to have the name of that project or product that you need the people to learn about. You need your elevator page again, something that gives that succinct message about what you want them to know, right? Then you can come up with your details. And even with this, you still don't need to write the whole full page details about what you are doing. Just a paragraph or two should be able to work. And if they want to learn more, you have your learn more button or link they click, it opens another page that gives them more information. All right. Again, you will need your call to action. If you want people to donate, if you want people to call you, if you want people to share the page or share any information, if you want people to donate, like I've talked about the donation before, anything that you want the person to do, the visitor to do, you need to make it specific so they would take that action. You also need to have your contact information on there. Typically, if you don't have your contact information, then they need to do the next click by going to the contact us to see your information, your contact information, your location, your address, and all that. But today, most websites that I've come across, they have their contact information at the base of the website, and it cuts across every single page. And that is a very good practice. From the home page to whatever page, you will see their phone numbers, their email addresses, their address, physical address, and any other contact information that a visitor requires. So that is how you lay out your website. In terms of design, it has to be specific to your look and feel. So if you have a particular color blend, if based on your corporate colors, if you have a particular design that fits your organization, that's how you want to go with. But there are a lot of templates on there are sites like Template Monster and then WordPress. You can see a lot of templates which will give you an idea of the design, and that will also come when you have somebody designing for you. The person can share with you samples for you to choose from. So we won't talk about design here, but these are the flow, the structure, and the information that you need to have on your website. Okay, so again, I spoke about registering your domain name and then hosting it. GoDaddy is one popular site that helps you to do all this. It actually helps you to register your domain name. It helps you to host. It helps you to even create your own website and then host it right from this platform. I just took a screenshot of this. I would want to go through the session, and after that, we will go on there live and then check how you can search for a domain name and how you can go through the registration. So we are on social media channels, and we are just going to go through how to set up your social media channels, and then you publish them. Now, when it comes to social media, I know we all have social media pages, so it's not a very difficult thing. Once we're able to identify what channels we want to use, we just go on there, and it's a very easy thing to set up. Nonetheless, there are two key page types where if you are an individual, you will create a profile. But if you are an organization, you will create a page. Now I'll show you the difference. We will go live on a Facebook page and I'll show you the difference. The difference is that the things the information you will put on the profile will be slightly different from information that you will put on your page. So information for profile will be your name, probably first name, second name, your date of birth, where you school, where you work, your gender, and all that, your bio, things about a person. That is what you use to create a profile, and that is about you. But if you are creating a channel for your organization, you will create a page. I've seen some organizations that have created profiles instead of pages. And when you do that, you have a lot of limitations. You can't have more than 5,000 people connecting with you. You won't have access to the comprehensive dashboard that Facebook gives to its business pages. So I'll go into that as well. And then we will get to understand where I'm coming from. So briefly, let me go through setting up your page. First of all, you identify your channels. You look at what content you are pushing out there. You design and develop the content. If it's artwork, if it's videos, if it's regular animations or infographics, you have to create all of those, right? And you have your content plan, and then you can start publishing. That is a very simple thing, so I won't dwell much on it. Now, what are the benefits for having a social media page? First of all, it's for awareness. It's for awareness. So your social media page is the one that can really help you to reach a lot of people and gain more impressions. You may never know when your content can go viral. And if you're able to be creative about your content, you can have a lot of viral content that will give huge attention to you. There is an orphanage in one of the African countries. I don't know the specific one. And nobody knew about this orphanage until they decided to do to share contents with contents of their dancing. So these are kids who dance and record and post it on social media. And just those contents have made the organization reach even companies in the UK, to the point where these kids were part of, is it X Factor or something in the UK? So that is the power of social media. If those contents were kept only on their website, it may not have gotten to where it got to. But because of social media's ability to drive the content by itself, they've reached countries where you would not even imagine. I was trying to look for their videos. If I find one next week, I'll play their videos so you would see these guys that I'm talking about. But I'm sure most of you may have seen them. So that is the magic.
I think I've seen them. I even watched them whilst they were doing the competition in the UK.
Good.
Yeah, I've seen them. I think they're called Ghetto Kids.
Ghetto Kids, yes. Yeah. Yes, Ghetto Kids. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Shelley. Okay, good. So that is the power of social media. You don't know how and when you are going to go viral. So keep using it. You may post one intervention that you have undertaken and the whole world would get to see it. And I'm sure that is what we are all looking for our interventions to make the right impact and for people to see the good things that we are doing so they can come on board and support for us to do more. The second is that social media is very friendly and it is easy to use. You don't need any special expertise. The only thing is some of the things change. So as they change, you need to learn how to use them, but they are not difficult to learn how to use. It's very easy. So it makes it very friendly. Again, for personalization in terms of advertising. For example, if you have some budget or some money to advertise or to promote something you have published, you can be very specific to who has to see it. So if you are talking about something to do with gender and you are targeting women, you can promote that publication for it to reach only women, so men will not see it. If you are running something that you want the elderly people to see and you don't want that it's got nothing to do with the young guys, you can actually personalize it for it to be shown to just the oldies. So that's how extensive the targeting is. You can actually publish something and let it be shown to only people in Europe or people in Asia or even a particular country. You can select that and only people in that country will be able to see. So that makes it very extensive, right? Again, there are a lot of innovations that come with social media. Over the last few years, we have seen it started as a page that only posted text, then images, and then videos. Then they created the business pages, then advertising came in, then live stream came in. And there are a whole lot happening on social media now. You can use social media to conduct a whole business on its own. So there are a lot of innovations that are consistently happening through upgrades and enhancements of these channels. The fifth one I'll talk about is cost. Having a social media page doesn't cost anything. You only pay for things that you deliberately advertise. So if you want to run an only time, you pay something. Aside that, you don't pay anything. So it's very, very cost effective compared to the website. As I was talking about the website, I said you would have to pay for your hosting. You have to pay for your domain name registration, that is the website address. And if you are getting somebody to develop it for you, you may have to pay the person as well. So websites may come with a cost, but social media, you don't have any thing to do with cost when you are setting it up. The last but not the least is lead generation. Because of the virality or the huge awareness potential, it helps you to generate a lot of leads. It helps people to reach out to you. For example, if one content of yours goes viral, you would definitely get people reaching out to you. So you wouldn't even need to talk much. So it's for lead generation as well. So that's for social media. I would switch my presentation and go on a live social media page so we can see the differences between a page and a profile. All right, if you may permit me. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good. So this page that I'm browsing through, as you are seeing it now, is a profile. Now, when it comes to profile, like I said, you would see it is showing friends instead of likes or followers. When you come to the bio and all that, you would see where I've worked, the schools that I attended, where I am from. So the information is different from even an organization. So this is a regular Facebook page, a Facebook profile. Now I'll switch to a page so we see the difference. Okay, so this is a Facebook page. Now you would see it has likes and followers instead of friends. Now when you come to the bio section, it's asking of the company details and where it's located, the location, email address, website, and other things. Now, the difference is what I explained earlier. And again, the advantages of creating a page instead of a profile lies in its insights. So I spoke about when it comes to Facebook business, there are a lot of enhanced insights that you can actually get. And these are examples. I'm just trying to show you okay, good. So this page, I've gone to audience. Now, audience is telling me how many people are following. I have 1.2 million people following. Over the last 28 days, I've gotten 855 people on following the page, and I have some other people following. So the net followers is minus 66. So I've lost 66 followers. So you get all these insights just so it will help you know how your page is performing. You won't find this on the profile pages. Now it's telling me my net follows by content type. All these are things when you go on there, you can just check. You click on the eye that you see by each item, and it explains to you what that feature is actually talking about. So these are things you can easily check. So it explains to you, follows by content, the number of followers your profile received, minus the number of unfollows and all that. Now you come down and you see age and gender. So you will realize that we are looking at the 1.2 million followers. 56% of them are men, and and then you have 22% also men between the ages of 35 and then 34. So all these are insights, that can help you to know them. Who is even following you? Where are they following you from? That is on the right. Sorry. So you see cities here. Now we see that 63% of our followers are in Accra, 90% are in Kumasi, 4.5% are in Tema. So it also tells you where are people following you from. That is when you have the pages. Now we come to countries. You know, we have 86% of them are in Ghana. Because we are operating in Ghana and our primary audiences are here, we don't focus on advertising to countries outside, but we still get countries from outside checking us out and following us. For example, 5% are from Nigeria, 2.5% are from the United States, 1.5% from the UK, and all that. It follows on and on and on. So these are detailed insights that you can actually find. I'll move on to interactions. Interactions meaning how people are engaging with our contents. You can have a whole lot of insights from here: content type and interaction type, whether they just reacted to the post, or they actually put a comment, or they shared the post. It helps you to know how people are engaging with your brand online. So this is just to explain what you stand to get if you have the right page for your organization. Now, how do you set your page? When you notice these 9 dots on the top right, when you click on that, it now tells you whether you want to post. It asks whether you want to post story reels, whatever. It comes here if you want to set up an event, want to set up new groups, if you want to have a new news feed and all that, then the page the page is here. So this is where you set up your page. You click on it, it opens a new so this is showing all the pages that I have under my profile, the pages that I am managing. Now we're just going to go through setting up a new page. Okay, so because you first of all need to have a profile before you can set up a page, the new page function is under your profile. So when you open your profile, you come to where the 9 dots are, you click on it, you come down, you see page here. So these are all the new things that you want to do. So either you want to create a post, a story, a reel, an event, or a page, or an advert, or a new group, or an event. So I clicked on page and it brought me here. Now, when you come here, it asks you about the page name. So you can put your name. Alex NGO. Let me just put Alex NGO. Then the category. So category, it has, so let's say nonprofit, non-governmental organization, nonprofit organization, charity organization. So it has some preloaded categories that you can choose from. Let's say youth organization. Then bio, that is something small about what you do or what you want to do. Then you come to this side to put your logo and your cover photos. So this is the initial content that you put on there, then you just create the page. All right, I hope we all get this so that we don't end up creating profiles as pages, because that really doesn't help. All right, so I'll just close and go back to the presentation, and then we will pick it up from there. Okay. We have about 30 minutes more to close for the day. Okay, so after social media, we are talking about the next category of content, or the next category of channels that can help you to push your content to the audience. And I'm just citing newsletter as one that you can use. There are a lot more you can use, like SMS. I know a lot of you even do SMSs today. There are programmatic advertising where you can publish the ads from the ads inventory, that is the company that runs the ad, and anybody who visits any application or any website can see your publication. So that is also there. But I'm focusing on the newsletters because that is much easier to do. It is not that expensive also. In fact, you can set up your first newsletter with your first 500 mailing list for free. You wouldn't have to pay for anything. So newsletter as well, they are mainly emails that you send to customers. I want to refrain from customers, that you send to your stakeholders or you send to your target audience, right? Instead of sending your regular dear sir or dear madam or hello people email in a raw format, there are applications or platforms that help you to really create a nice design of the email where you can put a lot more content and share with those audience. Now, when you send a regular email, you may never know who read or didn't read You may never know who clicked in there for a link to open or who didn't do it. But when it comes to newsletters, it helps you track all these things. And that's what makes newsletters exciting. Now, to set up a like a basic newsletter, you first need a platform or a channel. So you identify an ideal channel to set up and load your mailing list. Before you can send, you need a mailing list. So you have emails that you can send to. And the good thing about this one also is instead of sending separate emails to about 200 people, you can put all the emails of those 200 people on the platform. And when you send the mail, it will distribute to all of them, right? So that's a very good one when it comes to the newsletters. So once this is done, you come to design the flow of your newsletter. How do you want it to appear? You design it nicely. Then you write the content, the information that you want to put in the newsletters. So the organizations who actually can use AI to write these contents for them, next we will talk about AI for content production. So you will learn about this better. Now, when you have this done, that is all. You produce your newsletter and you share, and it's part of the content push or the content circulation. So let's take a typical case study of an organization that has been able to gather 500 email addresses from potential donors. And they are always sharing what the company is doing, the interventions, the activities that they're undertaking, the conferences that they are attending with these stakeholders month on month or week on week, depending on how busy your schedules are. This is a way that you use to nurture donors into your pipeline. And in business, we call something pipeline. Pipeline is just something that you are using to track and nurture customers to come to you. So you are sort of putting customers in that pipeline and you are pulling them to you little by little until they actually commit to something. So email newsletters are one of the key platforms that you can use to nurture, especially donors or any other group of people that you want to target. We will go into that as well. Then, okay. Right. So this is an example, but I will open to one live one, a live newsletter, so we would know the flow and how it's published. Okay. Kindly do let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, right.
All right, thank you. So you see this publication there. It may look like a website page, but it is not a website page. This is an email that is sent to any group of people, and you can send to up to 5,000 or even more, depending on the package that you're able to buy. I would open the platform so we also know. Later we can check it out, check all the packages that they have. If you can start with the free one, that is a good one for you. And then as your audience grow, you can look at how you can purchase a package and then use that. It's a very good platform. It's a very good tool. It is a newsletter for the hospital in the US. This newsletter was published in January 2025, and it has a very beautiful banner talking about what they do. It has a very nice welcome message. So it gives snippets of what the organization is undertaking and what they actually want people to learn about. Basically, that is it. And this is an email, and that's what makes it even beautiful. Now, everybody who reads and wants to take the next step of doing business with them will probably just click a link. And when you click the link, it will open to their website, and it will give you more information about them. So that's how beautiful the emails are. These email newsletters are. I will go on the platform shortly so we can actually have a feel of how it is created. So one of the most popular email newsletter platforms is called MailChimp. So I'm just going to Google MailChimp. It's right here. Yes. If you can just note it down, you can check on it later. Okay. So I have set up MailChimp already. So it takes me straight here. Setup. It's a very easy thing once you come on here. So instead of login, you would see setup. Then you just click on that. It asks for your details, your email address, your company, what your company does, what you want to achieve. So it's just a prompt. You just follow the prompt until you get it set up. And when you are done setting up, you will see a page. So when you're done setting up, you're going to see a page like this. You're going to see a page like this, and you have these features. So on the left pane, you would see your campaigns, automations, SMS, forms, audience. So all these help you to understand. So for example, the audience will help you to upload your mailing list. The SMS helps you to push your email newsletter to their phone numbers, the audience's phone numbers. The automations help you to actually automate a lot of the processes that go into creating the newsletter. And the campaigns are the publications that you create on month or week on week. This time it's done month on month here. So every month there's a publication. For example, there is August 2025. So I'm just clicking so we see what that newsletter looks like. Okay, so good. So this is a newsletter that is being designed. It's going to be published. It's August edition. So it's going to be published in September. So that's why you see on the top right here, September 2025 edition. Typically, these are some of the contents you would find on a regular newsletter. So it talks about September is here. It talks about September because it's a new month. What were the things that happened in September? In the US, they celebrated Labor Day. And you talk about what services that the organization provides. Then we talk about what are people saying more about testimonials. These are recruitments that the company is undertaking. This is just an ad banner to link to their website, message from the CEO, health tips for seniors because they work with oldies, the elderly. And then this is like a selling proposition. We are accepting new clients. Then insurances we accept. So these are what this organization is doing. It is not an NGO. It's a hospital providing home health care for oldies and even young people. So if you are an NGO, it's the same thing. You can create this newsletter easily. I'll just run through quickly how to put together all these blocks. These are just blocks that you just pick from here and you drop them here. And where you have images, you would upload, you will click and then upload the image, right? So for example, this particular image, if you want to replace it, you click on it, you open, and whatever image that you feel like using. This is an image bank where we upload a lot of images. So if you come here and you need to use any of the images, it's an easy thing. Let me quickly just change this image so we see how it appears. Okay, good. So the image has changed. So that's just about it. It's not a very difficult thing. So I'll quickly go back and start afresh just so it gives us an idea how these email newsletters work. Okay, so I come here to create new. So create something that gets noticed. Try building one of these. So it's giving me options, whether I want a regular email, an automation, or a landing page. I want the regular email. Okay, so how do you want to design your email? Now, from scratch, you want to do from scratch. If you want a basic layout, or if you want a fully designed, the fully designed actually comes with a whole full design of the email. You can just pick and replace the text content and then the images on there, and you can just go ahead and use it. So for example, if we say apply, okay, so this is what you see. Now, if you need to just edit this, you will just edit with your information. If your company name, like I said, okay, so the logo is showing here because it is pre-populated in the sense that if I need to create any new email newsletter, the company will automatically show. That's why it's showing. So if you also set up your page, you can let your logo be pre-populated in it. So for every put any information, let's say, welcome to CPO presentation. Let's rather say so I'm just typing something so you would know how easy it is to edit the newsletter template. So it's either you type in, or if you have typed out everything you need to do already. So that is what I mostly do. I'll mostly type everything I want to put in there on a notepad, and all I will do is just copy then paste. So I copy, come, then I paste it. I go back. then I paste it. So this is just to demonstrate how easy it is to edit these things. Now, if you want to change the image, I demonstrated that on the Elias template, but I'll quickly just change this so you see how easy it comes. Let's just pick this one. Okay, good. Okay, so the image has changed beautifully. So this is how easy and simple it is. Now, in a situation where you are looking for an image that is not in the image bank already, you're looking for an image that's not already here in the image bank, you can still pick an image from your PC or your desktop by clicking here, upload on the top right. When you click on upload, to open the hard drive on your PC. There you can upload whatever thing that you want to upload. Looks like my disk is getting full, so some of the images are not showing. All right, so that's just about it. Okay, so I'll go back to the presentation. We have just about 10 minutes more. Okay, good. I hope you all followed. You've seen how the newsletters are done.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Very
can
exciting.
easily just go on. You can easily go on MailChimp and then set up yours, and then you can play around it. You can have it for free for up to 500 mailing lists. You won't pay anything. So let's try and take advantage of it. There's one last thing I didn't show. Let me quickly go back and show that before we move on. Now, when it comes to the analytics, I love analytics. I think it's because of where I'm coming from. I believe in the statement that says anything that is not measured cannot be improved. So here you're able to see how many people engaged with your content as you shared. So there is analytics for almost all the publications that have been done. One publication. Okay, check this one. So report, view report. So for every publication, you can have a brief. So this gives you, it says 25%, 25 people opened it when it was published, and then 9 people clicked. See one that had. So let's check this report. Okay, so when you send it to them, you can later come see 18% open rate and then 9% click rate. Bounce rate is 29. Bounce rate means that the people opened and then they didn't click anything and they went back. Right. Now you can dive down to know which countries the people opened from. So here you got about 38 of them opening from the US, 2 of them opening from Germany, Romania, and all that. So you know who is opening your email. When we come to the open, the 30 people who open, who are they? You can know all of them from here. So here you would know that. So these are the email addresses who opened. right? And a particular email address, open it 6 times. It means that there was something that he or she was interested in. He opened once and clicked one link. Very, very exciting. This 3 times. These are the insights that we need to get, because when you send email to people and they don't respond, you don't know whether they are taking an action. You don't know what is happening at their end. But these platforms really help you to get these insights. There are a lot more insights that you can get. So when you get to play around them, find most of these insights. All right, so I can go back now. Good. So we're done with the newsletters. We're just going to go through what are the benefits. Okay, I didn't add the benefits to this one. Next week when we do, I would add that before we start. Now we're going to talk about content execution. I will try and squeeze this within the next 10 minutes. So let me quickly ask for 5 more minutes, right? So I can do this within 10 minutes. So first of all, crafting your content. It's very simple and easy to create content today because of the tools that we have. Back in the day, it would be difficult for you to even create a video. But with the mobile phones that we have today, you easily can create a video and edit it and then publish it. Very, very simple. Now, I've grouped this into 5, because there is one that gives you text contents, able to craft text contents using AI, not only ChatGPT, Gemini, Meta AI, and other AI platforms. And then for artworks, you can use Flyerways or you can use Canva. Next week, I would open a Canva platform, and then we can together create a simple flyer for all of us to see. For videos as well, I use Filmora, but there is CapCut, and Canva also does videos. Now, the website creation and the domain name, I mentioned GoDaddy. So let's take note of that. And then for email marketing, it's MailChimp. So these are the key platforms that you need to be able to create exciting platforms, right? And stunning platforms. It's something that we really need to take advantage of, right? Now, for a simple artwork or a flyer, the key elements that need to go on there is first your logo or your name, so that if somebody is sharing this anywhere, you would have your identity on it. The second is your key message that you have to write in 5 bold words maximum. Most of the time, you see the key message written in about 20 different words, and it's not even finding a place on the flyer. So that's something you should take a critical note of. Next is your sub copy that explains briefly what the key message is trying to say. And that would also be one brief statement or sentence. Then you have your call to action. If you want people to take any action, if you're undertaking a hand washing campaign, if you're undertaking a cholera awareness campaign, there will definitely be some call to action that you would want the people to undertake. Then you need your visual element. Today, I see a lot of flyers or artworks without visual elements. It's okay. And like I said, it depends on what outcome you are expecting. But for a lot of posters to get attention, you need that visual element. And then if there is any other information you need to add, you quickly add them. And that gives you a basic flyer that you can always design and use. And these things, Canva can easily help you do them. Canva can easily help you do them. Flyerways can easily help you do them. And there are other platforms that can easily help you create these flyers. So, and creating a video as well. First of all, you need to have an idea of what video you are trying to create. then before you even start filming, right? There are videos that you would want to shoot in landscape because of where you are going to post it. There are times that you want to film in portraits because you want to just use them for stories. So you need to know where, so it will inform the orientation you are going to use. We also mostly recommend that you don't do videos that are more than 60 seconds if you are trying to just communicate a simple message. For trainings like this, you can post the whole thing. And even that, you should have a summary that is about 60 seconds to share as well, so people can have a basic takeaway from whatever message it is. You look at your dimensions, I've mentioned landscape or portrait. You look at the flow of the transition, insertions. If you would want to insert some pictures or some messages as your video is playing, you can do that. There is text overlay as well, and that is where your subtitles come in, especially if for today, I think per few studies we have done, we know a lot of people watch videos with the sound off. So they watch and see, I don't know for what reason, but it's indicated a lot of people watch videos with the sound off. So if the sound is off, you still need to have your subtitles there so they will know what you are trying to communicate. You can easily put music on the background. You can also have speech narration. So instead of you reading the subtitles yourself, there will be a speech narrator reading that subtitles as well. That makes it very easy and simple. So in brief, for text content for varied channels, I've talked about the website and the flow. I've talked about the email newsletters. I've talked about today. Next week, we talk about content marketing. Let me quickly run through it so you know what we will talk about next week. We'll talk about content marketing, that is helping you to educate, inform, entertain, and bring attention to a need with all your contents that you put together. We'll explain it. We will break it down. Like if you're an organization that is into HIV awareness, how do you do your regular communication and how do you do your content marketing? Again, we would use this as an example, gender-based violence advocate. How do you do your regular communication? How do you do your content marketing? Then we talk about why content marketing. Then we go into influencer marketing. It's one area that is helping a lot of brands. We go into that. We try to understand how we can be influencers by ourselves so we can influence the people in our network to our own advantage. Like we will go into what we expect from influencers in case we want to engage influencers. Then general content execution for our brand or our organization. We go into results, what you have to measure, how you have to measure all that. Then we go into digital strategy. So this is a layout that we will use to craft our digital strategy for the organizations that we work for. Then we go into digital campaign and planning. We have this framework also to plan a peculiar digital campaign. So that's how we will end it next week. And I always say, if you are not on social media, you have to go there. If you are on one platform, try and be on 2 or 3 platforms. If you don't have a budget, allocate some budget to good content and sponsored ads. If you are spending on one channel, try and spend on additional channels. If your channels are saturated, explore new channels. If you are doing all these by yourself, try and get help. Thank you very much for your attention. I will take questions before we close. Thank you.
If you have any question, you can ask or you can drop it in the chat and we can read it to Alex. But I'm sure I have a lot of questions, but obviously because of time, I can't ask them So I think what we will do is we are going to share the video, the recording and the slides. So those of you who are joining us next week, prepare your questions because there's no, I'm very sure we are about 60 people on, 61 online. The questions, we can't answer all the questions because of time. So when we share the videos with, or I'm sure you all have questions. So just put them all together, sending them to us via email. And then I think we'll give Alex some time to answer the questions before he delves into the next session. But with all said and done, thank you so much, Alex. I mean, this has been, to be honest, this is one of the most insightful social media strategy, what's it called? Sessions that I've attended. I mean, it's been really, 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 really insightful. I just want everybody to go to the chat and just say something to Alex. Say something to Alex because it's been really, 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 really good. Just last week, we've designed a survey. So I was telling Michael that we need to, I don't know why my screen is like that. We need to design a newsletter so that we can share the survey. So one of our jobs is done now. So straight after today's event, we are going to design our newsletter. But thank you so much. But before we go, we've shared some feedback. Actually, let me just launch this feedback. I think it will be easier. I'm just quickly going to launch this feedback on your screen. It's just two questions. The reason why we take feedback is to also report to our founders how successful this seminar was, so that they can give us more money to do more trading, and also for the facilitator as well to know how much what is done, and also for us and as organizers. I'm just going to launch this. So please just take answer it for us. It's also in the chat. This is the live, what's it called? Please, can you see my screen? Can you see? Yes. So please quickly answer the question for us. It's also in the chat as well. If you don't have a chance to answer, it's also in the chat as well. Answer it for us ASAP. Secondly, we put you can also put all your social media handles in the chat so that we can follow you. Michael has done that in the chat. Follow NCV Uganda so that you can know all our upcoming events. And another thing that's very exciting also is this year when we did the summit, we managed to put all the recording of the summit in our YouTube channel. It's also there. Follow us and watch them. Alex was one of our facilitators as well. So please do that for us. Yes, and also I've also shared the link to join next week's events. I don't think any of you want to I want to miss next week's presentation. Let's share it with our colleagues as well. But before we do that, I just want us to quickly take a picture of all of us. Let me just, I think I'll use my iPad. I've got two screens. Okay, gallery. Yes. So if you don't mind, please please turn your video on if you don't mind. If you don't mind, turn your video on and then we can quickly take a picture. Let me go back to this one. I have two screens, so bear with me. Gallery.
The survey is still on the screen.
Sorry?
Okay, it's fine.
Alex, you can also do it for us as well whilst I do it, just in case I don't get it done properly. And then so that we can share, yeah. But I'm going to do that on my iPad. Where am I? Yeah, there am I. I want to be on as well. Okay, I'll take a picture of it. Wow, so no questions. We've got 5 minutes, no questions. Please, I'm sure somebody's got a question. I'm very, very sure. 5 minutes. Okay, Michael, can you see the chat if there's some questions in the chat for us?
Yes, I'm doing that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I have a question, just a short one. I think Alex mentioned it in his presentation, but I will still want to find out.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Alex. So having a personal business, do I have to create a page or a profile?
you need to create a page once it's a business. Why you need to create a page, I explained that it gives you more tools to work with in terms of insights, in terms of advertising, compared with the profile. So you can have your profile as in your personal page, but you need to create a business page. And this happens on Facebook and LinkedIn. For Instagram, you can just have one page and it will work. TikTok, you can have one page and it will work. But for LinkedIn and Facebook, they have these two profile and pages.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
have a follow-up as well. You mentioned landing pages and then a home page. Please, can you explain further? I think I didn't get you well. How is it different from each other? The website and the landing pages. Thank you.
Good. So, okay, all right. So the website is made up of a home page and landing pages. And the home page is the page that when you type, let's say alex.org or alex.com, where it takes you to, that is the home page. Now you will see some menus or some tabs. When you click on, let's say, about us, and that page opens, that would be your landing page. So that is just the difference, but they all form the website.
Okay,
Did I
great.
answer your
So
question?
Ivana has raising up her hand. Ivana, if you want to ask your question, we have just a few minutes to go, but we can give about 10 minutes more.
Sure.
So Ivana, if you
Yes,
can answer your
please.
questions. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Alex, and thank you for that insightful presentation. I have a question regarding the profiles and the pages. For an organization like mine, which is more than 20 years, and that was before pages came about, a lot of things were on the profile. And then recently we had to create a page. What would you advise, considering the fact that, initially that was all Facebook had, and we put a lot of content on the profile? What would you advise for us for both LinkedIn and Facebook? Thank you.
Okay, all right. That's a very good question. So we are still looking into, so I am still looking into how you can convert a page to a profile. I mean, merge a page with a profile and then convert a page into a profile into a page. And I have not found a solution yet. The solution I have today is how you can merge two pages. That one, Facebook allows you. You can merge two pages. But a page and a profile, I've still not found that. I'll still look into it, and then if I have any solution, I'll let you know. But for now, stick to publishing your information on the page. And by the time we find a solution and you're able to merge the page, your profile with the page, you will even have existing information there already. So let's stick to the page, and then you move on with it for now.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, before I call on the next person, we still have the poll there. So please, really, really important. If only 27 people have already answered our questions for us. So please, it's really important that you do that for us. If you can't do that on the screen, it's in the chat as well. And then we'll also email it to you. Thank you very much. So the next person is Elliot Mensah. Michael, I'll call you later. Elliot Mensah, please.
Okay. Thank you so, Madam Shirley. The training has been very successful and then interactive one, and we've learned a lot of things that were hidden previously. So I have one question, and it has to do with how we can post on our, let's say, Facebook at the same time a LinkedIn at once. I want to find out if there's a way that you don't have to jump from this platform whilst you want to carry out the same messages, but rather maybe you can post it at one platform and it will affect all the other platforms that you had. And then a follow-up one is also about our page, we've tried our best trying to post a lot of information, a lot of what we are doing, trying to create a lot of content, but still we are stuck around, we've stuck around 900 and something. We're not up to 1,000 followers yet on Facebook. And the LinkedIn, we are around 500. We do, when you post things, we get impression like 1,000 impressions and those stuff, but still our numbers are very low. So I want to ask if there's a way that you can advise us on to make sure that we reach a lot of people. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you very much. So to post on a single platform, for it to be published on different platforms, there are dedicated platforms for that. So Hootsuite is one, Tumblr I think is another. There are a few more that you can use. So that one you set up, you put in all your social media channels, your handles, and then you just post from that platform and it publishes. When it comes to the Meta platforms, there is Meta Business. Once you have Meta Business, you just do one post and it shows on Instagram and Facebook. Nonetheless, maybe how you want to craft your message on LinkedIn may be different from on Facebook and Instagram. So you may still want to post them differently. But for Facebook and Instagram, it could be the same thing, the same messaging, the same style, and it will work. But when it comes to LinkedIn, maybe because of the audiences there, you need to craft your messages a certain way. But there are platforms like I've mentioned, Hootsuite and then Tumblr. So you can maximize those ones. Secondly, in terms of your content not getting the engagement that you want, that's what we are going to discuss next week. And it's basically on content marketing, the kind of content that can drive attention to you. So let's not jump the gun. Let's wait for next week and have this done, right?
Thank you, Alex. And now Akofa, would like to answer your question.
All right, thank you, Auntie Shelley. And thank you, Alex, for the presentation. My question is, so instead of designing your newsletter in MailChimp from scratch, after designing your PDF in Canva, can you just upload so that MailChimp will pick it up instead of now designing in the MailChimp? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So far, MailChimp doesn't convert PDF to the HTML design. So it will be difficult to create in PDF and convert to HTML. But I think Canva is able to save what you have designed in HTML. So you can try that. I also try it from my end, and next week I'll give you concrete feedback because I have not done that yet. But my best advice would be just try your hands on the MailChimp. It is not difficult. The same way you're able to design in Canva, you'll be able to do it in MailChimp.
Okay, thank you very much. So Michael, ask your last question and then I'll read just one or two questions in the chat and then that will close the session. So Michael,
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I just wanted to read some of the questions in the chat.
Okay, go on. Yeah.
Alpha has read his. And there is another one. The person says, thank you so much for the presentation. In my attempt to boost my page, is it possible for me to filter the caliber of persons who can follow me or like my page?
Yes, so on Facebook particularly, you're able to indicate, okay, not filter who follows you, but what comments show when they comment. So on our page, we filtered a lot of words that if you use any of such words to comment on our post, it won't show. You will be the only one seeing it. but nobody else will see it. But for followers, I have not tried that. So I'll note it down and check on that for next week.
Okay, Michael, can I just answer this lady? I think somebody just put in, her name is Fanny. She said that, can we create a network? Fanny, NCV Ghana, we have a network of about 540 nonprofits. We have a WhatsApp page. So the WhatsApp, the link, Michael has shared the link. So Michael, can you reshare the link so that anybody who wants to join our network? We call it Nonprofit Professionals Network. Anybody who wants to join the network can join it. It's through the network, that's why we're able to do all these presentations. So Fanny, yes, we have a network of nonprofits. So it's in the chat. Can I reshare it so that Fanny can see it and join our network of nonprofit professionals network? So Michael, maybe just the last question, and then we can call it a day. Thank you. Michael.
Hey, yes, I'm here. So Nana Abba says, what are your thoughts on an NGO having a cultural, into brackets, traditional or local name, please?
I think that one, Shirley will be in the best position to answer because she's
Michael, can you ask the question again? I was trying to do something. Can you read the question again?
All right, sure. Nanaba says, what are your thoughts on an NGO having a cultural, into brackets, traditional or local name, please?
Oh, I think there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, it's a vision that you have. I think your name is good for your name to reflect your vision. So I don't see anything wrong with that at all. So that's good. I actually like it. I like cultural stuff. I like traditional stuff. So I wish my NGO could have had that name, but unfortunately, because of what we do, we can't have that name. So if you're an NGO and you want to have a traditional name or cultural name, so be it. There's nothing wrong with that. Just like I said, your name has to go with your vision. It's really, really good. So that's my
good.
Thank
you, Shirley.
You're welcome.
I will quickly also add from brand point of view. I'll add from brand point of view. So in branding or marketing, it is never wrong to have a cultural or a traditional name if it is not actually going against anything. There are some names that like it's anything. It is being frowned upon access to some partners. But if it's a name that has got nothing to do with it and it's unique for me, for a brand, it's not a problem at all. It makes you stand out. Nobody may probably have the same name. And a lot of these international people actually get attracted to local or cultural cues. So you can stick to your local name.
Okay. So what's the time? Just a minute to our time. So once again, thank you very, very much, Alex. We can't wait for next week. So please share the link to your colleagues. Though I'm sure most of you have joined other networks. And really, and it doesn't have to be a nonprofit. Even if it's a person runs a business, just like somebody asked that she's got a personal business, it's still the same concept. So share that we can all learn together. So once again, thank you very much for joining us this morning. And we'll come back again here next week, Thursday, on the 11th of September, same time. Get your questions. Those of you who had questions that couldn't ask, please get your questions ready. We'll give Alex 10, 15 minutes before his session so that he can answer all those questions. I'm going to prepare my questions, so make sure everybody gets it. Alex, God bless you. It's been really, really, really inside. I've learned so much, so much. So thank you for your time and thank you for your knowledge. I mean, you know your stuff. God bless you. So thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next week. We'll share the slides and the recordings, hopefully by tomorrow. Thank you so much. Alex, enjoy the rest of your day, and everyone too. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everybody.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'll just leave it on for a few minutes, just in case anybody wants to put something in the chats. I'm just going to leave the Zoom on for about 5 minutes, then I'll log off. Thank you. Bye-bye.